Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and yesterday Apple released watchOS 8 RC. This is the release candidate, or the final version that will be made available to the public when it's released to everyone. Now, along with this, Apple also released iOS 15 RC, iPadOS 15 RC, tvOS 15 RC, and HomePodOS 15 RC. All of those are available to developers and beta testers, and there will be a final release on Monday, September 20th. After Apple's event yesterday, where they showed off new products, you'll see that they announced that it's releasing to everyone on 9/20/2021. So September 20th, it will be available. Now, generally that's around 1 p.m. Eastern time, but they have not given a specific time that it will be made available, but it should be out that day. So it will be released to everyone. So the RC, or release candidate, just gives us the final look at it to make sure everything's taken care of, there's no additional bugs, and developers can get their apps ready for it. So it should be good to go unless they find some additional issues. Now, this particular update came in at a fairly small 218 to 300 megabytes, depending on the device you're using. It didn't take that long to install, and unlike an iOS update where it has to reinstall everything, it looks like it was just a smaller update, an over-the-air update. So that's a pretty nice thing. It's possible we could have a larger update again if they find additional bugs in it. Now let's take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go to the build number and we'll go to Settings, then we'll go to General, then About. And the reason I mentioned the build number is it tells us exactly what version we're on. And you can see it says 19R346. That tells us that we're on the release candidate. So if you don't have that same version number, you may not be on the latest update. Now, as far as what's new, well, the first thing is there's a new watch face. Now, yesterday they did announce Watch Series 7, and it's not much of a change. It's mostly a watch face change. It has the same chipset inside, the same battery life, and no new sensors. So it is a larger display that sort of curves around the edge, but it's not a major change as far as Series 6 to Series 7. So they did announce some new watch faces. One of them is Series 7 specific, so we won't see that until it's released, and you'll see it says available later this fall. Now, as far as what's new, though, if you have a Series 6 Apple Watch, is there's a new watch face. So if I move over here or go to the next watch face, you'll see that there's a new world clock watch face. So this is a new one. You can change it, of course, and customize it and change the complications. So not just color, but just the style from digital to analog, or all of these different colors and complications as well. So those are all available. Now, one thing to note is this was very buggy for me the first time I tried to change this. In fact, it was so buggy I couldn't get out of the watch face and had to restart the watch in order to get this to work. So that wasn't a good sign. Generally, watchOS is pretty stable, and I've since had some bugs as well. So there's definitely some issues with that watch face still, but that's something new within the watch. Now, also, as far as that watch face goes, there's some additional colors to go along with it. Now, with the announcement of this new watch, there was a bunch of different watch bands as well. So if we go to the Watch app, in the Watch app, they've actually changed the icon down here in the bottom left to match the Series 7 Apple Watch, also on the main icon page. But you can see that there's new world time to go along with portraits. And also, if we go to My Watch and you want to customize one of these, you could. If we go into it and we scroll to the right, and we tap on the plus, you'll see that we now have fall 2021 colors. These are to complement all of the new bands that were announced yesterday as well. So all of those colors are available. And if you go to, some of them are pretty nice, some of them not as great for me, but you'll see as we go through them, there's a bunch of different ones. And there's a dark cherry, and I'll just read them off quickly. So you have Abyss Blue, you also have Cargo Khaki, Crimson Bliss, Moss Green, Clover, Forest Green, Mystic Navy, Dark Cherry, English Lavender, Starlight, Gold, and Cream. So you have all of those different ones available. There's Starlight, it's sort of a silver/gold color, and you have a bunch of different ones as well. So you have all of those available to pick from if you choose those. So those are available now, and they're in the Watch app. Now, another thing they've updated has to do with workouts. Now, they mentioned this a little bit in the keynote. So if we go to our workouts, we'll go down. While you can't actually see a change, when you go to your workouts for cycling, there's some updates with cycling where when you're using that, and I can't find it here, we'll go down. I might have passed it here, but when you're using cycling, what it can do is actually measure or know when you're starting to cycle or stop. So that's built into this update. So now instead of just taking a walk and it knowing that you're taking a walk and wanting you to start a workout, it now knows when you're cycling and can do the same, or stop when you take a break. So that's something that's been updated. And in future updates, they haven't mentioned when this is coming, but it will be coming soon, where if you're working out and you fall, it will now alert you and go into emergency settings. So where you fall, it will give you the option to do emergency SOS and get into it that way, and then call for help if you need to. So that will be available, although it says coming soon. It does not say available now. So that will be something a little bit later. There's also one additional change. So maybe you're using your watch, just using it normally, and you go to play a video maybe on YouTube. So if we go to YouTube, and as you can see, this is my iOS 15 RC video where I'm covering that. And when it's playing on your watch, you have a little bit of a different display. So it now shows the display as far as now playing, here's what's playing, and then of course you can control it here like you could before. But the overall display is just a little bit different. So they've updated that as well. Now, as far as overall performance of this update, so far it's pretty good. The only issues I've had is when changing the complications and colors of the new world clock watch face. So I've had some issues there, but otherwise it's been pretty good. Performance seems to be okay, and I took this off the charger this morning and I'm at 86% battery life. So my battery is okay. The battery health is degraded a little bit. This is a year-old Apple Watch. It's a Series 6 titanium, and it's been used every day. So I'll just share with you the battery here. The battery health, 80% after 2 years is normal. So if we go to battery, and we'll go down to battery health, you'll see I'm at 91% after about a year. That's typical since we'll want to replace this in about another year with the battery. So they're designed to last a couple of years and then maybe need replacement. But overall, it's doing pretty well. It's charged every single night. Now, as far as if you're on an older watch, of course, you may not have all of these features, but in general, it's going to be a very similar update with all of the different features in watchOS 8, and I'll have a different video covering that a little bit later. So when it's released to the public, I'll have a video covering all the new features of watchOS 8, as well as iOS 15 and iPadOS 15 and maybe a few others. But we're still waiting for macOS, and of course, this coming Friday, in just a couple days, is the pre-order for the iPhone 13, and then also iPad and iPad mini will be on sale next Friday with the iPhone 13 when they release to the public. So next week should be very busy as far as updates and things like that. A lot is coming out, all of the updates as well as iPhones and more. But let me know what you like most about watchOS 8. If you've already installed it, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, if you're planning to pick up a Series 7 Apple Watch, I'd love to hear from you there as well. If you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, of course, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.